Hi, welcome to Demo Garage. I'm Steven, and in today's episode we're going to be covering part 3 of replacing the electrical harness in my 1973 TVR 2500M. So let me show you how that's going. Okay, I'm at a little bit of a loss on where to start. So the original wiring diagram for the Advance has a single wire GM kind of an alternator. I'm choosing to stick with the TR6 alternator, and I've got it kind of indicated here. And then taking advice from a recent video from Elon with Rusty Beauties, I've added a second yellow wire because it's a lot of voltage, as he put it. And so I'm currently soldering on the wires for this connector that goes to the alternator. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that installation and install it, and I can start routing those wires. All right, bring it back. So I know it doesn't look like a lot has happened. I still have wires everywhere, but I'm somewhat confident that I have the wires grouped in such a way that I can start bundling the wires in a somewhat wire loom. I'm sticking around with the ballast resistor. And I'm not sure that's in focus, but so I've got a mount there that I attached to the frame, and I was really surprised by how much work it was just getting these wires arranged. I haven't even I've started attaching them a little bit, but some come from the fuse block, and then some come from the, I don't know, the attachment point, like sensors or whatnot. And I need to make sure that these all look well, look good, probably even better than what the factory did, which was some really ugly plastic electrical tape, and I'm going to go with something a little bit better. It's more of a cloth style. It says it's a wiring harness tape. On my next clip, I'll show you what the product I'm using. I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah. This was a lot of work. I mean, there's got to be 6-8 hours just arranging wires and going through the diagrams, whatnot. Not sure how much I get into this light. It's gonna stay with the focus, but anyway, I'm gonna start. I think I have the wiring arranged well enough that I'm gonna start wrapping it, trying to get the branches of the wiring loom set up so that I can finalize the length of the wires, and then I'll start. I've already done a few things, putting terminals on, and I am soldering each terminal. I haven't come across any bullet style fittings yet, but each ones that are normal 1/4 inch terminals, I have crimped and soldered. So yeah, I'll keep going. I'll do some more harness wrapping, and then this huge bundle is going to end up inside to go to dash and or rear section. So it's going to look a lot better. I still haven't figured out the best way to attach this harness bundle. As you know, I believe factory did just zip ties, and it left me stranded recently when a bundle fell down onto the front of the engine, wore through the coil power. So I'd like to do something better. Initially I might do the same, figure 50 years newer zip ties might do a little better, but we'll see. I'll let you know if I've decided something better, but this is where I'm probably leaving the evening, and yeah, I'm excited about where this project is heading. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, quick update. I'm still working on the routing of the wiring. One of these days I'm going to get to the inside, but got the wiring loom tape going. I'll try and remember to have the brand of that available to show you on the next clip. But let's see, this little bundle is the windshield washer and the PDA brake warning light, and I've got the coil hooked up. And let's see, I don't know if this is going to show. I've got the alternator wires hooked up. Maybe it'll focus. I think that might be in focus. Anyway, let's see. Let me move around to the front. I've got a bundle of wires here. That is the headlight high beams, headlight low beams, left right turn signal, and the red one is the what do you call that? The normal parking lights. Then I've got this wire here. That's the power wire for the 2 electric fans. I've got the see, I've got the horns hooked up. These are grounds that are going to work their way inside with the rest. I've got the coming around here. I'm not sure if you can see that. That's the wire for the temperature sending unit. And then I did make a mistake and I forgot to put in a starter wire from the key switch. And since I moved the wiring diagram stuff around, the white with red that would go to the starter solenoid has now been changed to be the defrost wiring. I happen to have this 12 gauge orange. Orange isn't being used currently, a wiring diagram, so I'm going to go ahead and use that as my starter color, and I'll update my wiring diagram with that. Yeah, so I think the next thing I'm going to do is move to the inside. I do want to hook up the fans, but since I'm planning on like gluing some stuff to the inside of the cleaned up dash, I think I might move inside briefly, get that going, have these components I want epoxied into the fiberglass, and then move back out here. So yeah, let me stop this clip, and then I'll show you what the inside's looking like. I'll bring it right back. Okay, so it's time to get a little bit more work done inside the vehicle. I think I've already kind of gone through this a little bit, but I've got some wiring related to the door switches, turn signals, and headlights. And then I want to do some cleanup on this back dash. It's got some glue and a bunch of, I don't know, horsehair left over from the carpet. I want to clean this up because I think I want to install some clips to hold the new wiring back. And then I thought I would install a couple of these terminals to help me control the grounds back here. Yeah, all this carpeting's a mess, and eventually I'm going to do something different with it, but I'm not sure what yet. So I'm going to come in and sand these back and get these clips and terminals installed, and then while they're drying, I'm going to go back out and do a few more connections outside so that I can push the wiring through that grommet hole there. And then feel like it's going to be a little bit of a milestone having all the wiring moved inside. I'll start figuring out how I'm going to deal with that. So yeah, that wiring over there is also door switch, but heater control and windshield wipers. So let me bring you back. Okay, so it's a bit later, it's getting dark. I've got the lights turned on inside the vehicle. So I'm not sure how this is going to turn out on the video, but I have cleaned up the inside of the dash, and I've epoxied in several clips, you know, for zip ties, but also these terminals, let's see, that I intend to use as either positive, but primarily grounds. This thing was a mess with grounds. So yeah, I'm hoping to make this look a little better inside, a little cleaner with the zip ties, and yeah, when I get a little bit further along, I'll bring you back. Okay, I broke down, and I didn't break it. I removed the rear window because I just didn't feel like my back was up to laying across here, and you can see I've got quite a few wires pulled through, but I pulled the back glass out because I wanted to deal with these lights and do a better job with them. And so the next step is for me to pull the tail lights out and verify connections. I now see that the license plate illumination wasn't working, so I'll be dealing with that at the same time. Anyway, I was hoping to hold off on removing this rear window until I was ready to deal with the headliner, but well, took a change, and I'll have to figure out if I'm just going to put it back with the new seal or what, but I'll figure that out when I get there. Okay, here's another quick segment. I'm soldering on a ground to all these sockets because they make intermittent contact with the housing, and I just don't want to deal with any issues. And then I'm throwing an additional heat shrink tube over to kind of protect the solder joint from corrosion, that kind of stuff. So anyway, extra, probably not necessary, but I'm doing it anyway. Bring you back. Okay, so another messy wiring video. I have rewired the tail lights, getting rid of the bullets wherever possible. Yeah, so I'm going with spade connectors and then these waterproof ones, and providing grounds wherever possible. And here's the wiring for the license plate. So planning on getting rid of the bullet connectors on that. So I'm not going to replace the fuel tank just yet. That's an upcoming video. And I really hate the wood spanners, so I'm going to be doing something different with that. Got some grounds going on. The fuel tank, I guess, leaked at some point and has been repaired by the previous owner. One of those, I guess, liquid things that line the inside. I have a new one to put on, but I'm not there yet. And then I guess at that time of the previous leaking, made a mess of the horsehair. So the previous owner has cleaned up this rear bay and put in the insulation. So I've cut that out and I've added these fittings in a few places, hoping that those are strong enough to hold the new wiring harness for the rear section. Yeah, so here's another clip, and I've got a place to zip tie the wiring harness to, and I'll bring you back when I have something else to show you. Thanks. Got the wires kind of situated, not terminated yet, but I have them bundled where I want. I'm going to start using the harness wrap on them, and I've added a few more of the mounts against the fiberglass body with the thickened epoxy, so that after they've been wrapped, I can cinch them down secure, and then I move forward. Not sure if I'm going to cover this or not, but these two wooden bars that came across, I'm done with. I'm going to do something a little better. Some sort of a shelf front and back, some plywood, some composite, not really sure what I'm going to do yet, but yeah. And then you can see right here, I've installed the first component of the carbon filter. That's going to be completed later when I replace this fuel tank at another time. Anyway, so I'm going to wrap this bundle with the harness wrap, and then tomorrow I'll cinch it against the side when all the clips have the epoxy has been, you know, completely cured. And yeah, I'll bring you back for another clip. Thanks. Okay, so I think I've come to the end of my energy for this video. This is going to be the end of part 3 of the wiring. You can see I've got the clusters somewhat grouped on the inside, and of course they need a lot more attention. And as far as the back goes, I think I've already shown you, but I've rewired the taillights, and I've got the clusters back here arranged. I think I've got the parts I need to reinstall the taillights, new hardware, new seals, so I have that going for me. But I'm guessing this video is getting a little long. I'm not really sure. Seems like a good stopping place. And so I'm gonna say goodbye for this video, and thanks for joining, and look forward to part 4 of the wiring harness replacement on my 2500M 1973 TVR. Thanks.